Hello dear student. In the second part of the photosynthesis process, in the second video, I will solve and explain each question that we have, and I will try to explain the main idea behind each question that we have. So we have multiple choice questions. Okay, from question 1 to 5 we have 5 terms: A, B, C, D, E. Okay, we have all of these terms, and we have these 5 statements from 1 to 5. We have to match. It's like a matching question. Okay, so we have oxygen. We know that. What is oxygen? Proton. PGAL, it means phosphoglyceraldehyde, is a 3 carbon sugar. Okay, so it's a sugar. We have to know that it's produced during the Calvin cycle, or we can say during the light independent reaction. NADPH, it is like nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, and H, it is like the reduced form of NADP. ATP is the energy. So now let us read the statement that we have. The first one, it says, provides the energy for the light independent reaction. So light independent reaction gets its energy from the light dependent reaction. Okay, so from the light dependent reaction, which takes place inside the granum, ATP will be produced, and that ATP, it provides energy for the light independent reaction. So the answer for the first question is E. Okay, it means it is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And let us come to the second question. A sugar synthesized during photosynthesis process. So from A to E, we have oxygen, proton, PGAL, NADPH, ATP, and just the only one, PGAL, phosphoglyceraldehyde, is a carbon sugar that's synthesized during the photosynthesis process. So the answer for the question is C. Okay, or we can say PGAL. Let us move to the third question. Released as a waste product from the light dependent reaction. In the previous video I showed you, during light dependent reaction, H2O becomes oxygen. So oxygen, it will be released as a waste product. So the answer for the question 3 is A, or we can say oxygen, or 2. A molecule that carries H2O from the light dependent reaction to the Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle, also we can say light independent reaction. So which molecule carries hydrogen from the light dependent reaction? It is D, NADPH. It carries hydrogen from the light dependent reaction to the Calvin cycle. Which molecules pass through ATP synthetase channel? We have protons. So it is B. As we had this process, the same thing in the cellular respiration. The protons will move through the ATP synthetase channel. Okay, so it is B, it is protons. So these are the 5 matching questions. Now let us move to the 6th question. The oxygen that plant gives off. A, it says it comes from the light dependent reaction of the photosynthesis. Yes, we said that it is true, but we have to read the other choices. Okay. B, it says it comes from the light independent reaction of the photosynthesis process. This is it's not true. Sorry, it's not writing. Just I will try to fix. So guys, sorry for the interruption. The oxygen, let us read the question again. Question number 6. We say that the oxygen that plant gives off, it comes from the light dependent reaction of the photosynthesis. Already we explained that and we are agree with this statement, but we have to read the other choices. It comes from light independent reaction. This is not true, as we know that from light independent reaction sugar will be produced, not oxygen. It's a byproduct of respiration process. It's not a byproduct. During the respiration process, oxygen is a reactant that it can be used during this process. Comes from the carbon dioxide that the plant absorbs. Also, this is not true, as we said that the oxygen, it comes from the H2O, from the water molecule, while from the carbon dioxide, glucose molecule will be produced. It's carried from the Calvin cycle to the light reactions by NADP. Again, this is not true, because during the Calvin cycle, sugar molecule will be produced. So the answer for the question is A. Let us move to the 7th question. All of the following statements are correct about photosynthesis. So we have to understand the question. It says all are true, all are correct except one of them. The first one, water provides hydrogen for the carbon fixation. Exactly. The water, that's H2O. From H2O, the hydrogen will be provided for the carbon fixation. The light independent reaction occurs in stroma. This is true, we said that. And the light dependent reaction takes place in the granum. The light independent reaction normally occur at night in most plants. So the light independent reaction takes place even during the day. It's not related to the light. It's independent. It doesn't depend on the light. So this is not true, but we have to read the other choices also. The light-dependent reaction occurs in the thylakoid membranes. Yes, this is true. We said that the light-dependent reaction, as I explained in the previous video, in the thylakoid, in the granum or grana, all are true. The thylakoid membranes are part of the grana. Yes, they are true. So the answer for the question 7, the answer it will be C. It will be C, in which it says occurs during night. So the answer is C for the question. All the other statements are true about the process. Now let us move to the 8th question. All of the following statements are correct about the light-dependent reaction of the photosynthesis except, so we have to know that all are correct about which one? About light-dependent reaction. Okay, so carotenoids or carotenoid are accessory pigments. Yes, in the photosynthesis process, we have chlorophyll A, which is the main molecule of the photosynthesis, and we have chlorophyll B, carotenoid. These two are accessory pigments. Okay, they just increase the efficiency of the photosynthesis process. So this is true. They take place in the grana. Yes, we said that, and we are agree with this. The process takes place in the grana. When light strikes chlorophyll A, electrons enter an electron transport chain. Again, this is true. When the light strikes the chlorophyll A molecule, the electrons start to move through an electron transport chain. This is true. PGAL, as I explained that in the first question in this video, it's a 3 sugar carbon. It's produced. So we said that the sugar, it will be produced during light in light independent. Okay, light independent reaction. It takes place in that part. So the answer for this question, guys, it will be so it will be D, the answer for the question. Okay, and if E, it says they take place within the thylakoid membrane. Yes, we are agree with this. It takes place in the thylakoid membrane. So the answer for the question is D. Okay, 3 carbon sugar is produced. It's produced during light independent reaction, not light dependent reaction. Question 9. All of the following statements about photosynthesis are correct, except it occurs during light dependent reaction. All of the following statements about photolysis. Photolysis, guys, it means breaking down of water molecule. Okay, photolysis, it means breaking of H2O. So H2O will be broken. Okay, during which process the H2O breaks during the light dependent reaction. As I told you before, during light dependent reaction, H2O becomes oxygen. Okay, so it's not during light independent. During light independent, CO2 just becomes a sugar molecule. It releases oxygen, as I explained here. It provides hydrogen for carbon fixation. Yes, we said that the oxygen, it will be released and the hydrogen will be used for the carbon fixation process. It supplies electrons to chlorophyll A. Yes, the electrons will be moved through the electron transport chain. Is the process of splitting apart molecules of water, as I mentioned just now. So all of these are happening during the light dependent reaction of the photosynthesis process. We call it photolysis. It's not light independent. So the answer for the question is A. Let us move to the 10th question. It says, here is an absorption spectrum. We have an absorption spectrum for unknown substance. Okay, what color is that substance? So now let us look to the graph that we have. We have to pay attention to the graph. We have these colors: violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay, so and On the other side, we have absorption of light by photosynthesis pigment. So this range, it is about the absorption. So what we can see, we see that the violet color, okay, it's at the top, the most absorbed color, and also we have orange and red. As we can see, they are also at the top, their absorption rate, so they are absorbed in large amount, while blue is also absorbed in this amount and yellow is absorbed. But as we can see, the green color, okay, the green color is not absorbed. The green color, it's not absorbed. Its absorption rate is in this range. It's like 0. So it is reflected. Okay, so the substance that we have is a green color substance, as it says in the question. Here is an absorption spectrum for unknown substance. What color is the substance? So the substance is green color. Okay, so it's a chlorophyll like substance. It absorbed all of the colors except green. Okay, so the answer for the question, it will be C. It will be green. Okay, it's the color that's reflected. So the substance that we have, it's a green colored substance that reflected the green color of the sunlight while it absorbed all of the colors. And so this is about the 10 questions of the SAT that we have in this book. In the third video, I will try to explain questions from question 11 to the last question of this chapter. So thank you so much for your attention and for your listening. In case if you have any question, you can ask in the comments below, or you can contact me. So thanks again. See you in the third video.